Australian article says Philippines should give US ownership in companies and trade concessions for security guarantees in the SCS. The Lowy Institute, which also has a news publication that is based in Australia, recently published an article saying that the Philippines should follow Ukraine's example of giving the United States or US its mineral rights in exchange for wartime aid. The article said that the Philippines could ask for security assistance from the US to protect oil and gas projects in the South China Sea or SCS in exchange for giving the US Preferential Trade Agreements or ownership in Philippine-owned companies. My notes. I just shake my head at the utter stupidity that some other Filipinos can come up with when it comes to issues in the SCS. Like the one who wrote this article, the most sensible thing to do here would be to simply deal with China for joint exploration of that area. However, Pinoy dogs insist that China recognizes the Philippines' sovereign rights in the area and surrender their claims there first. Of course, China is not going to do that, and anybody who thinks otherwise is a fucking moron. China is willing to have an arrangement where the sovereign rights of both countries are not properly defined, so a joint development could take place. But of course, the US and their Pinoy dogs don't want that. They insist on a take-it-or-leave-it approach when doing explorations in that area. The article assumes that joint patrols between the Philippines and US would be enough to keep China from challenging any such explorations there. But again, this is just an assumption, and a stupid one at that. China likely is willing to go to war over that area than see any drillings done without their involvement. It's as simple as that. And the US itself knows this. This is why this suggestion is not coming from them but instead from the Philippines. I also found it ironic that the article mentioned Ukraine, because that is exactly how the US envisions the Philippines to be, just another sacrificial battleground to be sacrificed in the altar of the US geopolitical interests.